with Wyatt Wrestling. And tonight, we're bringing you all the predictions for your pay per view weekend of wrestling. Ooh,
Yeah.
honestly, Wyatt, this weekend is going to be stacked from Saturday to Sunday with nonstop wrestling shows. I
Oh,
can't
man.
wait.
I can't wait for this weekend, brother.
Yeah, same. So let's get off, man. Let's get it going and let's talk about NXT, the Great American Bash. Um,
Oh, yes.
are you excited for this one, Wyatt?
Oh, yeah. I love NXT. I love Great American Bash. It's been a great pay-per-view since I
It's been
started watching it. It's been the best.
yeah, it's been a pretty decent one. And let's get off to the first match of the night, and that would be Lola Vice champion coming in as a champ versus Kendall Gray for the NXT Women's Championship. Wyatt, who do you have on this one?
Lola Vice versus Kendall Gray for the NXT Women's Championship. Oh, man. Fantastic women. Kendall Gray, this is her third time getting an opportunity for the NXT Women's Championship. Like we always say, third time's the charm. I'm going to go with a new champion. We're getting Kendall Gray as the new NXT Women's Champion. I think it's her time.
Alrighty, you know what? I was actually going to say the same thing. I think Lola Vice's time as champ has passed, and I think third time is the charm, and we're going to have to go with Kendall Gray on this one as well. All right, so put it this way. Do you see Lola Vice getting called up to the main roster pretty soon, or you think she's going to just stick around for NXT a little bit longer?
Maybe I would probably stick around in NXT for a little longer, just a little bit.
If she loses the title, I wouldn't be shocked if she made an appearance by SummerSlam,
Yeah,
moved up to the roster. But I'm with you. I think she should stick around for a little bit longer. But I think WWE's ready to call her up eventually. So,
eventually.
but regardless, we're going to have a new champion that night. And we're both going to go for Kendall Gray. But we don't know. But we'll see.
We'll
Uh,
see.
Next match would be Tony D'Angelo coming in as the champ versus Naruku for the NXT Championship.
Okay.
What do you think, Wyatt, on this one?
It's a hard one. It's really hard. Naruku, aka Evil, he if you ever watch him back in New Japan,
I
that
watched a little
dude
bit.
can kill anybody.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but can he kill Tony D'Angelo? I don't think so. I think we're gonna have a retained champion. Give me Tony D'Angelo to retain the NXT Championship. We'll see.
I'm gonna have to go with you on this one. I think D'Angelo keeps his title. Do you think this is a clean win, or do we have some outside interference or
I
some dirty tactics from D'Angelo?
I see some outside interference. I see Mason Rook coming out to distract. I see this dude named Jackson Drake. If you, I see him coming out.
I could see that. I could really do see that, and I think that would be the issue where D'Angelo pretty much retains it.
Yep.
But I've seen Evil wrestle back in the day, and I gotta say, yeah, I'm with you on this one. I think it's gonna be a good match regardless.
Oh yeah.
Um, if the ending goes a different direction instead of a clean win. So yeah,
Mhm.
so
Yep.
we're at to go with 2 for 2 so far. At
Yeah.
some point we're gonna have to disagree, but we'll see. Um, we got Miles Bourne versus Tavion Heights
Tavion.
for the NXT North American Championship. Um, hmm. So Miles Bourne's coming in as the champ against Tavion Heights. What you think prediction wise on this?
Oh man, Tavion Miles and Tavion are they're best friends. They're gonna fight each other. Oh man, that's hard. I don't think I'm gonna have to go with Miles Bourne.
You're
To
going
retain.
Miles Bourne on this one? Okay.
Yep, I'm gonna go with it.
You know what? I'm just gonna go with Miles Bourne as well. I don't see it changing hands tonight. Much of the titles, so mm, yeah, I'm gonna just go with Miles Bourne, man. I think this is just gonna be yeah, pretty easy said and done type of match. So yeah,
Oh yeah.
Miles Bourne it is. Next up, we got Sinclair versus Ariana Grace for the Women's Speed Championship. Hmm. You know what? I'm gonna go with Ariana Grace on this one
Okay.
because this is the Speed
Um,
Champion. I mean,
it's the Speed Championship. Ren Sinclair's the current champion. Okay. She's not gonna have her girl Kendall Gray out there with her. She's
yeah.
gonna have because Kendall Gray's getting ready for that NXT Women's Championship match. Um,
But what about Jordan?
I don't know, but Ariana, she has Birthright with her. She's got Lexus King. She's got
Hmm.
Stacks with her. She's got Dempsey. She's got more. She's got whole faction of Birthright with her. I
Right.
see a new champion. I see a new speed champion. Ariana Grace will become the new speed champion.
Alrighty. And you know what? I like the sound of that, so we're gonna have to go with that one. So, alrighty. So far, we're all on the same page. Let's see if it starts getting a little different here and there. We got Lennox versus Saquon Sugar. Singles match. What do you got on this one?
Okay, Saquon Sugars versus Dion Lennox. Oh, okay. So Sugars is the baby face. Dion's the heel in this. I'm gonna go Dion. I
Hmm.
think Dion gets the win.
Dion gets the win. You know, I'm gonna just go with Dion on this one as well.
I don't think Saquon can do it.
You know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna have to go with Dion Lennox on this one. But you know what? I'm gonna go with Saquon. You know what? I'm just gonna
Okay.
go because you picked that side. I'm gonna just go with the other side. Um, yeah, I'm gonna put my confidence pick on Saquon on this one, so we'll get to see that and how that plays out
On Sunday.
on Sunday. We got Zarya coming in as the champ versus Tatum Paxley for the NXT Women's North American Championship.
Okay. Zarya versus Tatum Paxley. It's a rematch. Okay, it's the rematch.
It's the rematch.
So, yeah, Zarya just won the title. So no, I'm going Zarya all the way.
You know what? If it wasn't for that, yeah, I'll probably go for Tatum. But since she won it, I highly doubt they're gonna do the back and forth hot potato switch with the belt. So yeah, I'm gonna just go with Zarya, pretty plain and simple, just because she just recently won the title. So yep, go Zarya on this one. And last but not least, we got Shiloh Hill versus Tristan Angels. Who do you have on that one?
Shiloh Hill all day. Shiloh Hill is my guy all day,
I
every
see.
day.
You know what? I'm gonna just go with Shiloh Hills as well because I think yeah, I think he's gonna end up picking up the win. Uh, Great American Bash. So far, so I'm just looking at it. So far, we have 7 matches for
Stacked.
Great American Bash. That's kind of odd. I always feel like they usually have like 5 matches at the most. So
Yeah.
yeah,
It's because I think I know why. Because they're going. It's the first PLE. Oh, it's not really a PLE. Uh, their first event on the CW network.
mm, that makes sense. So at that point, they want to go all out in order for them to get it once again. Because you're right, it is broadcast on the CW.
CW.
That's gonna be pretty interesting to see what they do in ratings.
Yeah.
I guess we're gonna have to follow that up maybe Monday if we get the ratings by then. Because I'm
Mhm.
interested to see when is exactly the time for this starts. I want to see because I'm gonna have to try to catch it too.
I got. I'm probably gonna go live and watch it, and then I'm probably after the live, I'm just gonna watch AEW.
Yeah, because they're about probably simultaneously next to each other from there to there, close to each other.
close to each other. Yeah, because
Yeah.
AEW is going to be like a 5-hour pay per view, so
It's gonna be a long day of wrestling, that's for sure. Long weekend of wrestling, honestly. I mean, but
honestly,
hey,
yeah.
we get this at least once a month and once every 3 months, so to say. We
Oh,
get everything
yeah.
combined together.
Oh,
So
yeah.
yeah, so okay. Not a bad match, not a bad card. I might go check that out myself. But definitely interested to see this overall because it does look like an interesting card, and I think it's gonna be a pretty good pay per view in my eyes.
Oh, yeah.
And it's pretty much on CW, so we don't have to pay ESPN type of prices for it. If
Wow.
you have local cable,
So,
obviously, so not bad, not bad.
okay, well, yeah, you're good then.
Alrighty, so let's head on to AEW's Forbidden Door.
Door.
Alrighty, and this Forbidden Door is taking place at San Jose, California this time. We got Divine Dominion, which would be Megan Bayne and Lena Cross versus Thunder Rosa and Olympia for the tag team AEW's Women's Championship.
Hey.
You know what? I'm just gonna go with Divine and Dominion because I feel like Megan Bayne and Lena Cross has been dominant as a tag team, and I feel like they don't really have too much to do with Megan Bayne at this point, and they still want to make her look strong and out there and stuff. So dropping the title after this, what does she have to do? Chase the titles back? Doesn't really make sense for her until she's ready to move on to the title scene, in my opinion. I mean, she has a great look. She has the wrestling skills. I just don't think they're going to drop the title on her until they have something bigger for her to do afterwards. What do you think?
I'm gonna have to agree. I'm gonna go with Divine Dominion. Megan Bayne and Lena Cross. They've been too dominant as AEW Women's Tag Team Champions since they've been champions. Thunder Rosa, she's a singles competitor to me, so I don't think she's gonna ever be a tag team champion. Really, I think she's just a perfect singles competitor. And the other person, hardly don't know about her, but that's
I mean, Olympia's okay, but I just don't see Thunder Rosa and them picking up the win. And honestly, Thunder Rosa hasn't had a big win in quite a while either.
yeah, she hasn't.
No, and I know she got their own things to doing like podcasts and stuff. I just don't see it tonight at this point beating Divine and Dominion. And I think they're going to basically hold those title hostage for quite a little bit longer throughout the summer for sure. I think the title does switch hands, maybe in All In, but not tonight.
Yeah,
Not in Forbidden Door. Yeah. So interesting to see, though. Let's go on to the second match, and that will be Cope Cage, Adam Copeland, and Christian Cage versus the Dogs, David Finley, and Clark Connors. And this is for Tag Team Gold once again. So we already know Cope and Cage coming in as the champions. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been watching AEW Dynamite, and I've been seeing these two guys feud. And I'm gonna be honest. As much as I love Adam and Christian Cage, as much as nostalgia hits, and even WWE days, Edge and Christian, I'm going to tell you the truth. I find this whole storyline boring. Look, it was entertaining at first, but they're doing the same back and forth every single week, hitting the poses and all this stuff. The Dogs making fun of the old guys, vice versa. It's not entertaining as much as I thought it was going to be. I was kind of excited for this feud because I wanted to see David Finley and Clark Connors feud with Cage and Cope, but it just doesn't. I don't know if the chemistry's not there, or for me right now with AEW Dynamite and AEW in general, I just feel like they come off of a pay-per-view, a really good solid pay-per-view, right? but then
Mm-hmm.
afterwards, it's bad booking, bad
Mm-hmm.
storyline,
Yeah.
and it doesn't go anywhere. And it just seems it's copy and repeat right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not always like that, but right now I just feel like this does not entertain me at all.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I'm gonna just have to go with Cope and Cage because they did win their titles recently.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't be shocked the dogs do take this victory because they've been more having the edge on this feud so far. But
Yeah.
what are your predictions?
Oh man, like you said, yeah, I haven't been watching Dynamite that much lately, but yeah, I kind of agree. I've been seeing highlights, and it feels like it's the same old thing every week with them.
Yeah,
Um, but I'm gonna have to go with Adam Copeland and Christian Cage to retain. They just won the titles just recently against FTR.
nice.
Um,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Adam Copeland and Christian Cage to retain the AEW Tag Team Champions. But I'm almost at WWE for some reason.
So my question is this too afterwards. What do we have these guys doing after this Sunday when this is all over with? Let's just say Cope and Cage retain. Where's the next feud? Do they keep going with the dogs and feuding off till the next month at All In? Or you know what I mean? Who do you advance to? Who do you face off? AEW does have some good tag team competition,
Yeah,
but you need a guy who's going to build storylines. Do we get them facing off the Young Bucks, the Death Riders? You know, who else is out there? The I don't know, fucking somehow we get Orange Cassidy and Roderick Strong teaming up against them. You know what I mean? What is their
yeah,
next move after this? I just curious to see. Um, I wouldn't be shocked to just run it back to All In versus the Dogs, basically, for another match, and the Dogs finally pick up a victory. But I don't know, just not too excited about this one, even in the aftermath.
yeah.
Yeah. The next following match, though, we do have the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson versus El Sky, Mystico, and Máscara Dorada versus Unbound, Chingo, and Titan. So, in a three-way tag team match, by the way,
Okay.
I like El Sky. I do like Mystico and Mascara,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like this just has Young Bucks going over, written all over it.
Yeah.
You know, it seems like one of those matches that I don't know. They just had it there because they needed the Bucks to do something, really.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I see Bucks all day in this. It's I think it's just it's their name. You could just see it in that match. It's their name. It's the Young Bucks. I'm going Young Bucks.
Same here. I'm just going with the Bucks. I just look. I'm not gonna say that it's not gonna be a great match because I honestly
It's gonna
think,
be a great match. Yeah.
yeah, I think this is gonna be potentially match of the night because
Oh yeah.
I can see these three teams having great chemistry with each other and doing a lot of crazy spots during the night and really bringing the crowd up in energy when they come out and do their thing because all these three tag teams are very talented, but it just doesn't make much sense, like based on this one. It just has their name written all over it as a W already.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, this one is going to be an interesting one. We got John Moxley coming in as champion versus
All right.
Bandito for the
Yeah.
AEW Continental Championship.
Oh, this one's gonna be a good one.
Um, you know what? All right, go ahead, Why? How about you start off this one?
John Moxley and Bandito. Oh, man, I like this match. I really do. This one's hard. But I'm gonna have to. I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go John Moxley.
You're
I
gonna
think
go
he
with John
wins here.
Moxley. Here's the thing. I like Bandito. I like him a lot. He's one of my favorite wrestlers in AEW.
Hmm.
And I do want him to win gold. And it seems like AEW does have a lot of they do really like Bandito. They do really back him up and stuff. But honestly, man, the way that John Moxley's been pushed over the years, it's like the man is basically the Roman Reigns of AEW. They just keep making him win and win and win. And I get it. He's probably going to be one of your most popular wrestler of the company.
Yes.
One of the guys that you're going to recognize right away. So you do want to have him with the belt at all times. But here I'm going to hope that Bandito wins it. And for that, I'm going to go different direction. Even though I
Okay.
think Moxley's going to retain, I
Yeah.
am going to pick Bandito for this
Okay.
night. Yeah.
That's fair.
And
That's fair.
I'm going to hope for the best for Bandito because I really do think he needs this title more than Moxley does right now.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah. So at this one, this is going to be an interesting one. And we do have Shada versus Pac for the IWGP Global Heavyweight Champion.
Shada versus Pac. Okay.
I think these guys are going to have a great match, great chemistry.
It is.
But I do. So this to me has Forbidden Door written on it for
Yeah,
sure.
this is Forbidden Door right here. Yep.
So put it this way. Look at the card so far. What we have. The only one that does have somewhat of a Forbidden Door is the Young Bucks, El Sky, and Unbound Corporation. Those guys do have a Forbidden Door on them, but Divine Dominion versus Thunder Rosa and Olympia, sort of, but not really. I think Olympia is from CMLL, maybe, or I don't know where she is from, but that sort of has, yeah. But then we have Cope and Cage versus the Dogs, nothing to do with the Forbidden
That's
Door.
not a Forbidden Door. That's just the AEW match right there.
Yep, and they should have Cope and Cage did something different, but I get it. Let the feud continue. And then the Bucks versus El Sky, yeah, Forbidden Door written.
Yeah.
John Moxley and Bandito, I guess if you want to put Bandito as CMLL, sure. But we have seen him in AEW program for so long,
Yeah, he's an AEW wrestler pretty much. So
Yeah, pretty much. He's no longer really affiliated. I mean, yeah, he still has some affiliation to CMLL, but he's really just AEW, so it doesn't really seem like a Forbidden Door aspect. This one does, though. I'm a little interested to see this match because I do like these guys' style, but I feel like this is just Shada going over Pac easily. I'm not gonna say it's not gonna be a bad match because I think it's gonna be a really good match, but I do not see Pac holding gold at all. Do you?
whatever. No, I don't see it at all.
Do you see? So put it this way: do you see any outside interference at all from the Death Riders to help Pac? I don't see even for John Moxley's match, and I don't see it for Pac's match.
Nah.
Now, I think so. John Moxley maybe a
Just
little
maybe
bit.
somebody.
Yeah, but for Shada and Pac, nah, I don't see it at all.
No.
But yeah, I mean, I'll be interested to see that. But that's the only one that I feel like does have that Forbidden Door vibe to it. Yeah. Which I don't know, coming from the original Forbidden Door and even the following years, it just feels like we're dropping more and more, and it just doesn't feel like that big pay-per-view that it once was. I don't know if you feel the same or it's just me.
It doesn't feel like it's Forbidden Door for those like 2 years ago, or like it felt like that was big. Last year was good. This year, it just seems like it just doesn't feel like a Forbidden Door. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
honestly, but I don't know. We're just gonna have to wait and see. Maybe when we watch it, maybe when we get into that spirit. But for Wyatt, I don't know about you, my man, because you're gonna be on there for all day watching NXT and Forbidden Doors. So good luck on that. You might
Oh,
be
I
tired.
can't wait, dude. No, I'll be great, man. I'm gonna like be partying and like, heck yeah,
You know
bro.
what? We're gonna send you some Windy City energy drinks out there. That way you get all mixed
Yes,
up. We
yes,
got
my dude. Yes, my dude.
a couple of comments from Jose Windy. What's up? What's up? John Ray, it says,
Hey,
what
man.
up, boys? Hello, what's up? What's up? Thank you for joining. Uh, and then Jose says, I predict it's gonna be John Moxley versus packing all in. That is interesting.
Hmm.
If that does happen, that would definitely put an interesting note on maybe a breakup amongst the Death Riders.
That was
Um, I can see that happening. I would like to see that match go on.
John Moxley
Who do
versus
you think? So put it this way: in this situation, you have to have one guy kind of leaving out the group or getting
yeah.
outcasted by it.
Hmm.
Between Pac and Moxley, who do you have on that?
Getting outcasted.
Yep. I highly
I'm
doubt this would be a friendly match.
nah. It's not gonna. It's not going to be being outcast. Ah, I'm gonna say Pac.
Pac, okay. You know what? I'm gonna go with John Moxley, man, because we've been at this whole Death Rider for quite a while, and it got to end eventually. But then again, in AEW, we have the same group since since we started this damn thing back in 2019. I mean, we still have the Lucha Express. Um,
So
fuck, who else do we have? I mean, obviously the Bucks. I mean, it just doesn't seem like AEW eventually moves on. You know, it takes them a while to
no,
move on. But
it's
yeah, no, that's a pretty good prediction there. I'm not gonna lie. Well, we got about after this. Let's see, all ins in July. It's closer to July. I'm not sure on the date. I forgot, but it's by the end of July, and we got about a month prediction to see if that comes true. So yeah, no, we'll see. We will see. On to the next one,
oh,
and this is Tekla versus Starlight Kid for
okay.
the AEW's Women's World Champion. So you see Tekla invading Stardom recently, by the way? You saw that video?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty nice actually. How she came out of nowhere, invaded, and just got behind what's his name and scared him a bit. Like
Yeah.
I thought. I mean, Tekla overall is very entertaining. Um, I know she got an extension for AEW for a longer
Mhm.
contract out of nowhere, and I think rightfully so because the talent's there, the charisma's there. She's one of my favorite women wrestler this year, and I don't know. I'm just gonna have to stick with her on this. Heard about Starlight Kid. I have not seen her wrestle too much on Stardom, but I don't know. I just don't see them. I don't see her beating Tekla, and I don't see AEW, letting that happen. If even
Mhm.
Stardom decided to push against it, so I got
Mhm.
Tekla on this. What do you have? What is your prediction?
I got Tekla. I never seen this. I've never like. I kind of never have watched this. The opponent she's versing,
Right.
Starlight. I never hardly watch Stardom at all.
Okay.
So it's not gonna be my first time watching her. So I'm gonna see how she does. But I'm gonna go Tekla all day.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to go with Tekla, man, because she's been hot. She's the AEW's women's champ, and I don't see Tony Khan allowing Stardom to go over one of their best champions right now. Um, Honestly, if it isn't Tony Storm holding that title, I think Tekla's one of the perfect people to be the front runner of the company holding the women's champ. So that's all I got to say on that. Got another comment that says Pac needs a championship and have them win at London. It's time for Pac to win some gold. So this is following up from the first comment upwards from this. And so that's not a bad thing to say because I do think Pac does need gold. I'd love to see Pac to get pushed more. So let's say Pac does have a good match, even though he loses this Sunday, he has a pretty good showing, and he did it on his own, regardless. And maybe he does want a little bit of gold and wants to challenge his teammate, his leader, John Moxley, for the title. I would like to see that storyline because right after this, let's say Moxley does retain, right? Even though I'm picking Bandito, let's say Moxley retains. What we have Moxley doing after this? Yeah,
Not hardly nothing right now after this. Just be with the Death Riders. But yeah, him and Pac would freaking make a great match at All In.
and it would add a lot of storyline into inner beef and the Death Riders, and see whose side everybody picks. Maybe Pac's the one going crazy. Maybe John Moxley's the one going crazy. Like I said, one of them I feel like would get outcasted because it makes perfect storyline sense. Now, if Tony Khan drops the ball and doesn't do someone getting outcast, then I don't know. It just seems kind of dumb. All that for nothing because this is the perfect time to do that. But I do like that scenario. I would not mind seeing Pac winning some gold at the London Arena for All In. So, well, fingers crossed. Hope for the best. That's all I could say. Let's go on to the next match, and I'm excited for this one. Mercedes Moné versus Maya World for the women's Owen Hart Cup Finals, where the winner receives a shot at the Women's World Championship match at All In, brother.
Okay.
Who do you feel like is going to take the victory on this one?
I'm gonna have to go Mercedes. Mercedes Moné. I'm not a fan of Mercedes, but it is what it is. But I'm going Mercedes.
You do not think that Maya, against all odds, is going to go over? Because it does seem like they're pushing her a little bit here.
She could.
And I get it. Mercedes Moné is making 7 figures, right? And Tony Khan really wants to get his investment, as much as he can. But we did see, I don't know. So we did see her betrayal from Athena, basically betraying Maya. Do you see Athena getting involved this Sunday?
I can see it. I could, but I don't know.
I would say it could happen. I don't know, but I just hope. I'm hoping for Maya to win this, but I feel like you're right on this one. I do feel like Mercedes Moné wins this, and I'm not excited for that because I am a big fan of Mercedes, but the obvious gets boring after a while. And there's a good storyline with Maya right now, with her former mentor, Athena, betraying her after she beats Athena. And she should overcome all odds and take it all home against Mercedes for the Owens Hart Cup. You know what? Just for that alone storyline, I'm going to hope Tony Khan TK does it for me. I'm going to pick Maya. I'm just going to go pick Maya. So we got 1-1 difference right there. So I think it's 2. We have Bandito. I have Bandito and Maya, which you have Moxley and Mercedes. So
yeah, that's pretty good.
Yep. And we got another comment following up the other ones. We'll put, will it be Death Riders white and black versus Death Riders black and red? Okay, so it'll be a little bit of that Wolfpack versus NWO versus Wolfpack. See, so curiosity right there. Imagine that scenario. Would you have Pac who does Pac recruit? I can see Daniel Garcia maybe being one.
Daniel. I see Daniel. I
What about what's his name? Claudio. What do you think, Claudio? What
I,
side?
I think I think Claudio would be on Mox's side.
Because they're the originals, the original
Yeah.
guys. Yeah.
Marina's gonna always be on Mox's side.
What about what's his name? Why am I drawing a blank here?
Daniel
What am I
Garcia.
drawing? Forgot his name, but I'm drawing a blank here. But what's his name? I can see it on Pac's side. I mean Pac's side on Moxley's side. Um, that would be interesting to see though. If they do split, but
Yeah.
at that point, they'll just call themselves something else. Obviously, it'll be interesting to see. But okay, so if that does happen, what about Ospreay? Do you think by then he leaves the Death Riders? Because I don't think he's gonna last any longer.
No, he's gonna get that world championship title match if he wins the Owen Hart Cup. Like
Yeah.
we're actually gonna talk about that match.
Oh, Wheeler Yuta. Sorry. I keep
Willer,
forgetting.
yes, Willer, yes. I think he would side with Pac.
Yeah, he probably will because I could see that more into Yuta involving himself there. So it'd be like 3-on-3, and then Osprey has no involvement on either one. So yeah, I could see that. I mean, at this point, do you have any other predictions if that does happen? Like,
Well,
do you see a better,
covered it.
yeah?
No, I don't see any at the moment. After that,
Alrighty. Well, with that, let's get on to the next one, and that is Kenny Omega. And by the way, this is going to be another match of the night because I think
oh
these
yeah,
are going to give it all. And I'm going to hope that if I had to catch the stream at some point, it would be right directly at this one. And this is Kenny Omega versus Zack Sabre Jr. in a
yep.
one-on-one match. Are you excited? Are you pumped up for
Oh,
this?
I'm ready for this match. Kenny Omega, Zack Sabre. This is Forbidden Door right here. All right, this is it.
Yep. So this
Zack.
one right here. This,
But it's hard. It's hard to pick.
when you think of two guys from the top company, right away you think of these two. I mean, to me, it can't get any better than Omega and Zack Sabre. I'm always surprised that Zack Sabre never went to AEW, and signed up with them. But regardless, I think he just likes where he's at in New Japan. So
I don't blame him.
I can't blame him, man. He's one of the best wrestlers in my eyes, of this era. It's crazy to see. Who do you have though on this one? This is going to be an interesting one. Just because I can see this going either way.
Either way,
Who do you have, Wyatt, and why? So,
uh, oh man, I'm gonna take a shot. I'm gonna go with Zack Sabre, Jr.
okay,
I I think the reason why, and Zack is he's one of the greatest. He is,
I
and
agree.
he's hot at the moment. He's hot at the moment. Kenny, there's something with Kenny. Kenny, his career, it's almost up. The time's almost up. It's getting close, and it's unfortunate, but he's. I hope he wins. Either one wins. I'll be happy with. But I'm gonna go Zack to get the win here.
Okay. You know what? I'm actually agreeing with you, Wyatt. I think Zack Sabre is going to win this one. I think he's the favorite. I do see Omega's career coming to an end. I give him about 2 more years, depending on his health. Yeah, and at that point, I don't know. I feel like Kenny's going to be willing to put Zack Sabre over. And obviously, regardless of this being more of an AEW pay-per-view and having more of the AEW's superstars going over to a lot of these guys, this is going to be one where New Japan takes it. And you're right, it does have the Forbidden Door vibe written all over it. When this first started, this is one of the matches right away we would have been excited to see. And now we finally have it. And I really do think this is going to be match of the night. It could even get 5 stars ratings, or for Dave Meltzer, fucking 10. I don't know, you know? Yeah, I mean, I think this whole pay-per-view is going to get 10 stars from Dave Meltzer. I mean, he's going to get real crazy about it. But honestly, pumped up, excited. I can't wait for that match this Sunday. We got Tyler Helton R3M says, yo. Then he follows up with, what's up? And it's my other account. Okay.
Hello.
Do you recognize that? Because I'm drawing a blank here.
No, I don't think so.
Tyler, let me know who you are, because that way, because we're drawing a blank here. I'm sure we'll recognize you once you give us your whole name. Regardless, thank you for joining, because right now we're doing the predictions, and right now, honestly, we're excited for this weekend. Jose follows up. Claudio and John Marina versus... Oh, so he names his...
Oh, he's naming his people. Yeah.
Yeah, so we got Claudio, John Marina, which would be either black and white for him or black and red, versus Pac, Wheeler, and Whittle Nightingale. And Ryan Danielson as their manager. Okay, where do you get Wheeler and Nightingale to be in this group? That's an interesting pick for Willow to just be there. I mean, right now she's injured, so
just why?
It
don't make sense.
You know what? Regardless,
honestly,
it makes more sense if Pac and Wheeler with Daniel Garcia, because I don't think it's a big deal if Marina's on the other side. I think if anything,
Marina's Death Riders.
I think Marina's gonna kick the shit out of Wheeler. That's for sure.
I think of Death Riders.
Yeah.
Honestly, okay. I don't
know. But it could happen. But so put it this way, I do like Bryan Danielson as their manager, but that's only if Pac and Wheeler are willing to take out the Death Riders for once and for all. Could I only see Bryan Danielson being their manager? Obviously, because he just got basically a bag over him a couple of years back from the Death Riders. So that storyline would make sense. And to be an all-in would be a bittersweet victory for him. So, yeah. Tyler follows up with, I heard rumors TNA could be signing Apollo Crews. Okay. Interesting. So they released so many guys, and they're going to sign Apollo Crews.
They're going to sign ex-WWE guys.
This just sounds like the LOL TNA of the old, written all over it again. But instead of the old legends that we at least were really invested years ago,
yes,
we get Apollo Crews. I mean, nothing against Apollo Crews. I think he's a great wrestler. But it's not one that's going to move the needle, unfortunately. But one that if you do watch... If you're a fan of professional wrestling, would get you interested to see. So, yeah, let's just hope for the best for Apollo Crews if he does sign with TNA. And then he puts, is Tyler Helton World, but it's my other kind. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I was a little confused there, but yeah.
I was.
But regardless, thank you for the comments. Did not know about TNA signing Apollo Crews. I mean, I don't know what's going on with TNA, but me and White have talked about this. Things are going crazy out there right now, and with all the releases and stuff, I don't know what's going on. Amazing guy. He's going to show up at TNA pay-per-view. So, okay, so that is actually something. So, talking about that, we were told that we were going to get an ex-WWE wrestler at the TNA pay-per-view. Is that supposed to be Apollo Crews then?
If it's Apollo Crews, then that makes perfect sense.
Because the big rumor was that when Tommy Dreamer got fired, because I really do think he got fired, when he got fired, the big rumor was that the Road Dogg was going to join creative for TNA.
I was hearing Road Dogg.
And I thought he was going to show up at the next TNA pay-per-view, and that was going to be the ex-WWE guy that they were talking about. But if it's Apollo Crews, not bad. Not bad at all. But if they do sign the Road Dogg, that's the reason why they released so many guys, because I'm sure he's going to ask for tons of money. So
Yeah, and you see what SmackDown is like before with Road Dogg? With Road Dogg? Oh, no, you're going to see with TNA.
Honestly, I hope the best for Road Dogg, and I hope he turns it around for TNA, because honestly, they do really need it right now.
Yeah.
Ever since they moved to AMC, I've not been as fully as invested as I used to be when they were back in AXS, whatever that channel was. Yeah. Tyler says, I heard he's quite TNA, not fired TNA. Oh, I heard he quit TNA, not fired. Well, Tyler, when he spoke in Busted Open Radio, he did mention they parted ways mutually.
That means he was fired.
Yeah, but if you notice his body language and the way he looked too, by the way, and the way he sounded sounded like someone broke up with him, you know? Someone left him because he was crying, he was emotional. I don't believe quite necessary that it was mutually. It was more like, hey, you neither quit or we're gonna fire you. It's your option. So you can come out and say you quit or we're gonna fire you, because it doesn't sound like he wanted to leave. If you saw that interview, it sounded like he wanted to still be there, but they gave him no reason at that point to be there. Like, either you have some pride and quit, or we're just gonna fire you regardless and get someone else. But I mean, regardless, we'll see who's going to be in charge of creative pretty soon for TNA.
Yep, we'll see.
Okay, let's get down to another match. And this one is another good one. Will Ospreay versus Swerve Strickland for the men's Owen Hart Cup Finals, where the winner receives an AEW World Championship match at All In. What do you think, Wyatt?
I'm going Will Ospreay. The reason why is Ospreay, he needs to be a world champion. And he's never had a championship. He's never had a title with AEW, really. He has never had a world title. Let me say that.
Yep.
He's never had a world title. I think Swerve has already had his AEW championship days. It's time. It's time for Ospreay. It's time.
So I'm going to agree with you. I think this has Will Ospreay written all over it since it was announced that All In was going back for London for the third time. And I think this year, like we said earlier, third time's the charm. It's his time to main event All In his hometown. It can't be a better storyline for it. It can't be a better feel-good moment. And yes, it is a basically easy prediction to say he will win, but I don't think anyone's going to complain at this pick. And honestly, between these two guys, I think it's going to be a good match. I'm going to have to say Will Ospreay, because it just makes more sense for him to go after the World Championship, and that's also if MJF's still the champion by then, which I think he will be.
I think he will be.
Yeah. We have a couple more comments real quick. I think TNA needs big reset. I do agree with that, Tyler. Right now, when they moved to AMC, I've just never been invested like I did back in the day when they were in the smaller TV channel. So yeah, I do think they need a big reset button. He also says he has Swerve, which, okay. I mean, Swerve could win it in the end. They could swerve us, literally. They could swerve us at Forbidden Door and have Will Ospreay lose. But I still think Will Ospreay will be in the title picture even if he does lose. I feel like he'll get himself inserted in some sort of triple threat match. I was trolled. I got picked Will. Oh, so now he's trolling us where he got to pick a Will. Okay, not bad.
Okay.
And he also said it's time to join the Death Riders. Alrighty. We'll see about that. Last match of the night. Team Briscoe, which would be Mark Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, Takeshita, and Darby Allin versus Team, I would call it MJF and the Don Callis family, which would be, or MJF and the Callis family. That actually has a better tone to it. Which would be MJF, Kevin Knight, Kyle Fletcher, Jack Doyle, Okada, and Andrade El Idolo in a steel cage match. And if Briscoe teams win, he will earn an AEW World Championship match against MJF. I'm excited for this one because it has chaos all over it.
Oh my.
Oh, man, what can I say about this match? I'm excited for this one. Now, this one doesn't have no Forbidden Door vibe.
No,
this
it's gonna be a good match.
Yeah, it has chaos, and we already know if this is gonna be the main event of the night, which I feel like it will be. We're gonna see some crazy shit go off on this one.
Oh my. Oh yeah.
Who do you have? Okay, what team do you have? Do you have Team Briscoe or do you have Team MJF?
Oh, dude. Oh, I don't know. If Briscoe wins, he gets a championship match. He's gonna get it on a Dynamite. That's for sure. If he does. But I don't, man. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take Team MJF and Don Callis family. I think I'm gonna go with it.
Alrighty, so where you're gonna go to that field, I think Briscoe wins this one. Briscoe's teams win this one in a chaotic match in the steel cage. I can see them taking it, and I can see Briscoe finally getting that AEW World Championship. And to be honest, I think this is long overdue. They had their feud go on for so long before, and Briscoe never got a proper title shot. So I don't know what the deal is back then with the whole storyline and writing.
Good point. Yeah.
But now it's now or never. I think Briscoe wins, and I think he does go after MJF and have this one-on-one match for the World Championship. Now, do I think he's going to win the title? I highly doubt it. But I do think he's going to get a hell of a match and somehow earn MJF's respect during that match. Because at this point, I don't know, man. I just think this has the feel-good moment for Briscoe's team to win it. So I'm just going to go with Team Briscoe, man. And honestly, I'm excited for this match. I'm excited for Forbidden Door. Even though it doesn't feel like that Forbidden Door feeling, I'm all in for it, you know?
All in.
Just a couple of comments real quick. We got one that says, you should check out MLW is this weekend. So I'm about to check that out, actually. I haven't watched MLW for quite a while. I've been through a few live events and can't complain. It's some pretty good stuff. And some of these wrestlers that we're talking about from AEW came from MLW too. So some future stars might be there. So might as well check out the product. Darby Allin, he goes crazy at that match. I agree with that. I think in the steel cage match,
do a lot.
Do you see Darby Allin doing a coffin drop from the top of the steel cage on top of a couple of guys?
Oh, of course.
If we don't get some crazy spot like that with Darby, I'm just going to be really mad, you know? Furious about that.
Oh, my God.
For God's sake, the man dropped into a bunch of glass, and the least he can do for us is just drop on the top of the steel cage for us one time. That's all I'm asking. One time.
That's all I'm asking is him to just drop off a steel cage.
Alrighty, and with that being said, guys, that is your Forbidden Door prediction, and we're gonna move on to the final pay-per-view, which we're going to WWE side, so it's called PLE now. So the final PLE of the weekend, which would be Saturday, but we didn't go in order. But regardless, let's go off. This is going to be Night of Champions.
Night of Champions.
And this match card looks okay. I can't really complain.
No.
It's not this bad. We got a few bangers and we got a few potential great matches here. Let's start it off with this one. Alrighty, let's go with Trick Williams coming in as champion, going against Ricky Saints for the WWE United States Champion. Wyatt, who do you have and why on this match?
Oh man, I'm gonna go with Trick Williams to retain the United States Championship because Ricky Saints, I don't think he deserves it. Honestly, I think Carmelo should have had this match in the first place, and Ricky does not get a pop at all. And Ricky, you saw in his debut when he came to SmackDown, no pop at all.
Yeah.
I see it. I think Trick retains here, and eventually maybe get a triple threat match at SummerSlam between the three. That's probably what's going to happen.
I can see it going that way. I don't. So when this match was announced, I already knew Trick Williams has it in the books. As it was spoken, as it's been going to be written, he's going to win. He's going to retain his title. Trick Williams is hot. Trick Williams has the crowd momentum on his side. Ricky Saints, they fumbled the ball with him, I feel like. So did he. Has to take some credit for himself also with his vouchers and stuff and not getting the crowd really invested in them yet. I do see the talent in Ricky Saints. I do think he needs a character change to him and get his momentum back sooner or later. But the talent's there. The potential's there. He just needs a reset. He really does need a reset. But unfortunately, it's not going to happen in Night of Champions because I think Trick Williams retained easily. Clean win. No doubt about it. Bam, United States champion still in the good hands. Real quick comments. Lots of pay-per-view. Pro wrestling show this weekend. Yep. Honestly, it's a lot of wrestling this weekend. A lot of excitement. I mean, if you're a pro wrestling fan in general and you have no tribalism, this is your week to enjoy, to relax, get some good food out there, and just enjoy, soak it all in because you deserve it, man. Like the crowd says, you deserve it.
You deserve it.
The next one, MLW in WWE and AEW and more. Yes, we have so many. I mean, we still got, if you think about it,
WWE, TNA, NXT.
So many stuff tonight. I mean, this weekend. Plus, we also have SmackDown. Yay!
Yeah, guys, tomorrow's SmackDown.
A lot of SmackDown, a lot of good things.
No rumors, guys, please.
Another comment that says MLW and WWE and sorry, I reread that. My bad. Alrighty, so we'll go on for that match. On to the next one. And we're gonna go with Tiffany Stratton coming in as champion versus Jade Cargill in a singles match for the Women's United States Champion. Look,
already have my right away.
Tiffany Stratton is a fill-in for Rhea Ripley because honestly, we already know Rhea Ripley was supposed to be in one of these spots, and Tiffany Stratton got inserted last minute in there.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and got put in the poster as well all of a sudden. So, with that being said, do you see Tiffany Stratton retaining, or do you see Jade Cargill picking up the United States champion at Night of Champions?
Tiffany wins.
Tiffany wins. Okay.
Jade does not need the title. She don't need it. She needs to work on her wrestling. Jade's not the best wrestler out there. She needs to work on her wrestling. She needs to get. She needs to do a lot. But Jade Cargill, honestly, I don't like Jade Cargill. I like Tiffany Stratton better, and I think Tiffany retains here, and with the help of Chelsea Green.
Okay, that's not a bad prediction. I do agree with you. I'm not a big fan of Jade Cargill. She has great look. Uh, I do like her energy. I do like her promos, believe it or not. It's
Her
just her wrestling
okay,
does
yeah.
not get me invested. As Tiffany Stratton did get inserted here, I do see her retaining. I don't see any reason for her to lose the title yet.
Yeah.
So I do see outside interference being the issue, and I could see Chelsea Green coming out and helping her as well. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go with you on this one. Tiffany Stratton does retain.
Mhm.
Um, and it'll be interesting to see where both women go after this if they continue their feud into SummerSlam. Where if they do, I can see a possibility the titles finally changing hands there at SummerSlam
Mhm.
night. But that being said, though, maybe this won't be a bad match. You
I
know,
hope not.
we have seen Jade Cargill step it up a bit lately.
She's stepping up a little bit, but
I'm not gonna say it's a drastic change. I'm not gonna say the vouchers are not there, but she
yeah,
has been trying a little bit better, and her matches have been more appealing to me lately. But
she's trying.
yeah,
Honestly.
besides some issues of some clips that we see on the internet, things are not as bad. Um, Next match, and that would be Braun Breaker versus Seth freaking Rollins in a steel cage match. And this is going to be the match to end all matches. This rivalry has been going on for quite a while. And Braun Breaker is the reason Seth Rollins got put out of action, kayfabe wise. And they're finally going to end it all on a steel cage match, one on one at Night of Champions. So I think on this one, that's a tough one, man. You know, the the favorite for this one probably will be Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
But if these guys, if the machine being WWE, wants to really push the future generation, we already know Seth Rollins is not getting any younger. He's up there in age. Injuries are starting to pile up on him, you know, and he's probably, knock on wood. I don't wish bad upon anyone, but there's another injury just knocking away because this man, it seems like he cannot have a healthy year lately. With that being said, if the machine was smart, they would basically have Braun Baker go over on Seth Rollins on that steel cage match. Um, what do you think, Wyatt?
Um, I'm gonna go with Braun Breaker to end this. I see Bronson Reed coming back. I just see it. Bronson Reed coming there somehow to distract Seth and shock Seth a little bit. Breaker hits a spear. Boom, 1, 2, 3. He wins. That's what I see it. I think Braun Breaker is going to get the win here. Unfortunately for Seth.
Um, I agree with you. I could see Bronson Reed finally returning. We have seen some pictures of surface online. He looks in great shape. He looks a little bit slimmer. Um, but even though he looks a little slimmer, I think that speed's gonna basically catch on to Seth Rollins at that steel cage match, gets involved somehow, some way, and I think Braun Breaker goes over. But if they have Braun Breaker win clean over Seth, I would not be mad about that at all. I'm gonna pull for Braun Breaker 110% and hope that he gets the win and goes over. That way they could start pushing the star power up there all the way till SummerSlam for the next opponent after Seth Rollins. Because I think this is going to be it, and I'm hoping this is it. Because it doesn't make sense to go for a gruesome match like the steel cage match if this isn't going to be your final match between them right here. But overall, I think it's going to be a pretty good match.
Mm.
What do you think, Wyatt? Pretty
It,
decent match.
It's gonna be a pretty good match. I think so. I can't wait.
Uh, so with that said, let's go on to another match, and that would be Io Sky versus Liv Morgan for the Queen of the Ring tournament final. The winner will be crowned Queen of the Ring and earn a title shot for their choosing of championship at SummerSlam. And with that, I kind of smile a little bit because Liv Morgan has one of the titles already, you know? So obviously, if Liv Morgan wins, she has the opportunity to go for double the gold and go after Rhea Ripley's title whenever she comes back from her injury. But if Io wins, she has her choosing to run it back against Liv Morgan or to go face one of her best friends, and that is Rhea Ripley, when obviously she's all healed up. Wyatt, predictions, reasons.
You already know this. I'm going Io Sky. Because it just doesn't make sense to have Liv in this tournament in the first place. She's the champion. She hasn't hardly defended that title since WrestleMania, since she won it. I do see Io Sky will verse Rhea Ripley at SummerSlam. Her best friend. I see it. And I've been saying it for months as well. Before even WrestleMania. I want to see Io versus Rhea for the title. It's going to happen.
Yeah, because honestly, this whole storyline just doesn't make sense. I feel like WWE fumbled the Queen of the Ring this year. Because look, Liv Morgan is a champion. We have nothing to. WWE's basically saying we have no good storyline for Liv, even though she is our World Heavyweight Championship champion. Sorry, and we have no good storyline, so we're just gonna insert her Queen of the Ring just because she brings the appeal with her name alone, and that is true. You know, she is also one of the best heels on Raw. But it still doesn't make sense for her storyline wise to go in here. Io Sky, perfect pick. But if she wins, there's no reason to run it back with Liv Morgan once again. I feel like the crowd wouldn't be invested in that match if it happens twice during the summer. So it does make sense for Io Sky to win this and go on to move on to face Rhea Ripley for her title. Best friends versus best friends type of situation where potentially we could have someone turn heel, and I highly doubt it's going to be Rhea Ripley. I could see Io Sky turn heel once again. Would make good storyline wise. Do you think this match would be good? Do you think the match itself will be decent, good, maybe bad match?
I don't know. Honestly, I think it would be. I don't know. I hope it's decent. I really do. I hope it's just decent. Io Sky's going to do some really fantastic work. Liv Morgan, she's not the greatest, but she thinks she is, but she's not. So yeah, I hope it's decent.
I think it's a pretty decent match. I don't think it's going to be a great match, but I do think it's a decent match overall. So real quick,
Roxanne.
Judgment Day, yeah. Did they get involved? Roxanne, Raquel, did they try to come out and help, but just cost Liv Morgan the title?
I see that. The ring?
Yeah, because we've seen tensions rise from Judgment Day on Monday, and it doesn't seem like they're all on board on the same page. And I could see them costing Liv her opportunity to become Queen of the Ring on Saturday. So, yeah. I can see that happening, and it'll be an interesting storyline to play along afterwards in the coming weeks before we get to SummerSlam, if that happens. All righty, and we're down to the last two of the night, and let's go with Cody Rhodes coming in as the champ versus Gunther versus Sami Zayn. Wyatt's one of Wyatt's favorite wrestlers right there for the triple threat match.
Not, man.
The undisputed WWE Championship. All righty, Wyatt. We already know you have Sami Zayn All right, let's move
No.
on.
Stop. No. Sammy can go live under a rock.
Why it's like
Here.
Sami Zayn of thus said, let's move on to the next one. He should
No,
win
no,
all
no,
the titles.
no.
All righty, so who do you have and why then?
I'm going Gunther. I think we need a new champion for crying out loud, but they're probably going to give it to Cody. Honestly, they're probably going to, but I'm going to take a shot. I'm going to go Gunther. But do I want to see Gunther or Jey Uso or Obafemi? That would be a good one. We'll see, but I think Gunther.
So let me paint a picture. Let me paint some scenarios for you.
No Sami Zayn. Okay.
Well, let's put it this way. Here's the thing though. If you look at the storyline wise, and if you look at the storyline, they're all these three men are involved with each other. Sammy did cost Gunther the title last Friday when he was a special guest referee. He does want that title shot. He does want it bad. And this heel Sami Zayn, to me, is more interesting than what we had a couple of weeks back when he was playing that he was going to turn heel, but he wasn't sure. If I was WWE, and if I really wanted to swerve everybody, I honestly would put the title on Sami Zayn. And I know you're not a big fan of that. But storyline-wise, it does make sense. He's been giving some great promos and great back and forth with Cody Rhodes, and obviously as well as Gunther. It just makes a lot of sense. And guess what? We're in Saudi, and I think Saudi's going to have a big pop for Sami Zayn in general.
Of course they are.
So with that being said, I don't, I wouldn't mind seeing Sami Zayn as champion here in this program. So the thing is this. Gunther has been turned into a joke, it seems like, in my eyes, for the last couple of weeks, last couple of months maybe. Since he retired John Cena at Saturday night's main event, what much has he done since then? Yes, he has gone over for Seth Rollins. He did put AJ Styles' retirement, but it just doesn't seem like that big of an accomplishment like he did with John Cena, unfortunately. And lately his feud with Cody Rhodes and stuff, it just doesn't seem like Gunther has that appeal to him. You know what I mean? Like he used to have, just like that appeal that we see Obafemi right now. Braun Breaker. I don't feel that for Gunther. I feel like he's been turned to a joke in a way with all this bad booking, bad storyline for him. Don't you feel that way at all?
I kind of feel it. Yeah, I can see your point definitely. Gunther. They kind of made him into a joke, pretty much.
Yeah, and unfortunately for that, I'm actually gonna have to roll with Cody Rhodes retaining. I'm not excited for it. I don't want to see it. Gunther should have won last PLE.
Yeah.
But at this point, I think it's a little too late, and I think Gunther loses this, and so is Sami Zayn. I think Cody Rhodes retains, moves on to SummerSlam, and faces whoever they want. My prediction is he's going to face CM Punk. We're going to have a returning CM Punk by the time that he comes back to Chicago for Friday Night SmackDown, and he's basically going to go try to chase after Cody Rhodes' gold after we've seen that promo between him and Cody after WrestleMania. And I could just see it there because SummerSlam is like your WrestleMania of the summer, and I really do think they need a big match feel if they're going to main event night 1 or night 2, and honestly, that's pretty big in my eyes,
Yeah.
Yeah, so unfortunately, I see Cody retaining, and that's my prediction. You got Gunther, so I will see. On to the last match of the night, and that is Obafemi, the ruler, versus Yeet Man himself, Jey Uso, for the King of the Ring crowned champion. Who do you have for this one and why? Why?
Ah, I can go both ways here, but if I have to pick one, I'm just gonna have fun with this. Give me Obafemi. Give me Obafemi. But the problem is Brock Lesnar's gonna get involved. Jey Uso's gonna get the win. It's unfortunately it's gonna be Jey Uso. But I'm gonna have fun with it. Take Obafemi.
Alrighty, so you're taking Obafemi. I personally want Obafemi to win, but right now all signs are pointing to Jey Uso taking the whole King of the Ring tournament. We do have Brock Lesnar potentially interfering on this match that night, which is going to cost Oba his chance to win it, and having Jay go over. If it's a clean match, I could see, Jay losing it. Does the Bloodline get involved? I guess you could say. Does the Samoan Werewolf get involved?
Does Solo get involved?
See, that's what I was going to ask too. Does the MFTs get involved to counteract the Samoan Werewolf and maybe Jimmy Uso that comes out? Because I highly doubt Roman Reigns is going to come out and save Jay, by the way.
He ain't going to be in Rio, Saudi Arabia? Of course not.
Yeah, but we did get some reports that, I don't know. So, that's a good question. I mean, is Brock Lesnar going to be there?
That's the thing, is Brock going to even travel to Saudi?
A lot of what ifs. What if it's just a clean match?
What if it is Nova gets the win and goes first Roman Reigns?
What if he doesn't get the win? What if Jay wins clean so they can push him once again? That's the scary part.
I don't need Jay world titles anymore.
Well, that's the scary part of all this, is that WWE is still highly invested in Jey Uso and his momentum, that they're willing to put the strap on him once again and go on top of the moon, even though us fans that watch this product every week are getting sick and tired of it. Because, I mean, we saw that report where they said that someone in WWE has mentioned that they do see Jay being a better competitor than LA Knight, which I find ridiculous.
That's ridiculous, stupid. Yeah.
When the man had that promo battle between Obafemi after he came to the crowd and yeeted, and he was out of breath. He remind me of that episode of SpongeBob where he wanted water the whole time. Like, come on, man. Like, this guy, I don't see it being, like, put it this way. If Jey Uso does win, he's going to break the internet, but not in a good way. He's going to get the most dislikes on the internet, on the video, probably breaking whatever record that WWE had beforehand. Because I think everybody wants to see Oba get pushed, Oba win this one, and it makes sense. The ruler, for God's sake, that's his name, his nickname. Why not have him rule the King of the Ring as he should? And then afterwards, you can have Brock Lesnar go after him. Look, this makes better storyline sense, and that is this. Obafemi wins this one, right? Whatever you want to call it, clean or with Solo and the Samoan Werewolf getting involved. Doesn't matter. You go to SummerSlam because you get now a title shot of your choosing. Oba obviously is going to face Roman Reigns. We need Roman to have a match out there for SummerSlam. This is a high-profile match, and you want to move tickets for SummerSlam. How much better does this get? This is a dream match scenario,
basically.
With that being said, though, I don't think we'll have a clean one-on-one if that does happen, and I could see Obafemi losing because Brock finally shows up from the shadows because, like Oba says, he's empowered and cost Obafemi the champion. That way, Roman Reigns retains the title at SummerSlam.
Oba gets on that mic afterwards on that match at SummerSlam and calls out Brock Lesnar, tomorrow night, you and me you put your career on the line.
Right.
That's what I. That's yeah.
That would make more sense, but I also see them really going for Oba versus Brock at Minnesota. So that would be SummerSlam. But to me, that makes more sense storyline wise if I was going to run it that way. But
Yeah.
I don't know. This is not a bad card. It's a pretty solid card. 6 matches. They're breaking away from their 5 matches on this one. So
Yeah.
it is kind of nice to see they're adding another match to it. So overall, yeah, I'm excited for this card. I'm excited for this weekend. I'm excited to watch wrestling.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So guys, this Saturday, me and Wyatt will be watching Night of Champions. So please come join us, show us some love, show us some comments out there, opinions, thoughts, predictions, lifetime. Let's get it going. We do got another comment. Jeremy the Show, you're getting Roman versus Seth at SummerSlam. Do you believe that, Wyatt?
I don't think so.
Jeremy, I don't see if I'm not sure if they were gonna get that. And if we do,
Get that in the future and not SummerSlam.
yeah, because in that case, I don't know. So if Oba let's say if Oba wins King of the Ring, I feel like he's gonna challenge right away in SummerSlam. And if Jay wins King of the Ring, I feel like he's gonna challenge right away at SummerSlam. So if Jay wins, he'll face off Cody. And then if Roman has nobody to face, I could see him face Seth Rollins at that point. But it just does anybody want to see Jay and Cody run it back?
No.
Nah, I don't think that's gonna sell very well for whatever night they main event.
Punk and Cody would be better.
Would be better, yeah. And I know for a fact I checked those tickets and they have not sold out yet. So they're gonna want something that moves the needle and that brings really big name value to move tickets like that. Jeremy also says more like Breakfast of Champions. Yeah, honestly, it's gonna be early.
So like almost afternoonish.
The brunch of champions.
It's brunch.
Yeah, honestly, man, I'm probably gonna be like barely waking up and going right at it right away. But you know what? It's a good start of my day, basically, getting some wrestling in before we start the rest of the day. So I'm excited for it. And excited for the aftermath, because whatever happens after this show, it's gonna set your direction to SummerSlam. And basically, we're gonna get all the answers that night. Like what's gonna happen at SummerSlam, it's gonna be in there during that night.
It's gonna happen.
Yep. But like I said, we're gonna be live that day, Night of Champions. It's not gonna be night for us, but yeah,
It's gonna be for Day of Champions.
Yep. Days of Champions. But regardless, thank you for joining us tonight. Please join us this Saturday. Hit the like, subscribe button. Subscribe to Wyatt's Wrestling. He does great content on the road to hit 1,000 subs. Hope for the best, my man. You'll hit that soon. I have no doubt about it. But for the rest of you guys, appreciate the comments, appreciate the love. We're going to see you next time because we are out of it.